हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So today we are going to see the Canto 7, Chapter 5, verse number 15. Shri Narad Uvacha Etavad Brahmano Yukta Etavad Brahmanyo Ukta Vidarama Mahamati Tam Sannibhartsa Kupitaha Sudino Rajasevaka। श्रीनारद उवाच एतावत् ब्राह्मणोक्त्वा विरराम महामती तान् सन्निभर्त्स्य कुपिता सुदिनो राजसेवकः। श्रीनारद उवाच एतावत् ब्राह्मण्यो उक्त्वा विरराम महामती तां सन्निभर्त्स्य कुपितः सुदिनो राजसेवकः। श्रीनारद उवाच एतावत् ब्राह्मणो युक्त्वा विरराम महामती निवत्स कुपिता सेवकः। श्रीनारद उवाच एतावत् ब्राह्मणो उक्त्वा विरराम महामती तान् सन्निभर्तस्य कुपिता सुदिनो राजसेवकः। माताजी। श्रीनारद उवाच एतावत् ब्राह्मणा उक्त्वा विरराम महामती तान् सन्निभर्त्स्य कुपिता सुदिनो राजसेवकः। What meaning? Sri Narad Uvacha. Narad Muni said, Etavat, this much, Brahmanya, unto the Brahmanas, the sons of Shukracharya, Uktva, speaking, Virarama, became silent, Mahamatihi, Prahlad Maharaj, who possessed a great intelligence, Tam, him, Prahlad Maharaj, Sannibhartsya, chastising very harshly, Kupitaha, being angry, Sudinaha, poor, poor in thought, or very much aggrieved, Rajasevakaha, the servants of the king Hiranyakashipu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The great saint Narada Muni continued. The great soul Prahlad Maharaj became silent after saying this to his teacher, Chanda and Amarka, the seminal sons of Shukracharya. These so called Brahmanas then became angry at him. Because they were servants of Hiranyakashipu, they were very sorry. And to chastise Prahlad Maharaj, they spoke as follows. Purport. The word Shukra means semen. The sons of Shukracharya were Brahmanas by birthright, but an actual Brahmana is one who possesses the Brahmanical qualities. The Brahmana Shanda and Amarka, being seminal sons of Shukracharya, did not actually possess the real Brahmanical qualifications, for they engaged as the servants of Hiranyakashipu. An actual Brahmana is very much satisfied to see anyone, not to speak of his disciples, become a devotee of Lord Krishna. Such a Brahmanas are meant to satisfy the Supreme Master. A Brahmana is strictly prohibited from becoming a servant of anyone else, for that is the business of dogs and Shudras. A dog satisfies master, but a Brahmana does not have to satisfy anyone. He simply means to satisfy Krishna. Anukullena Krishnanushilanam. That is the real qualification of a Brahmana. Because Shanda and Amarka were seminal Brahmanas, had become the servants of the masters such as Hiranyakashipu, they unnecessarily wanted to chastise Prahlad Maharaj. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर असादि गौरभक्तविंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् Hare Krishna. So I'd like to welcome all of you for this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class, seeking blessings from the all assembled Vaishnavas and those Vaishnavas who are listening on the Zoom platform. We'll try to present something on this verse, try to present my thoughts on this verse. So in this verse, especially in purport, Srila Prabhupada, in one sense, criticized or chastised Chanda and Amarka. Being a sons of Brahmana, they never behaved like a Brahmana. Instead, they were chastising the Prahlad Maharaj because they served the wrong master. And who is a Brahmana? What are the qualifications of Brahmana? Prabhupada mentioned the purport that such a Brahmana, pure Brahmana, never serves any mundane master. His only business is to satisfy Krishna. So that's why, because of these qualities, Lord Krishna very much adorns the Brahmanas. Especially Brahmana is called as Bhudevo. on the planet Earth. They called as Bhudeva, gods living on the earth. They have been given respect as good as Brahmana. Not only human beings, but Supreme Lord Himself gives the Brahmanas the same respect that we're supposed to give them. So, in third canto, the four foremost Brahmanas of the universe, which are four Kumaras, when they went to Vaikuntha gate, and when after crossing sixth gate, at the seventh gate, the servants of the Lord Narayana, Jay and Vijay, stopped them. This Brahmana got offended. In that anger, they cursed the Jay Vijay. And the moment they cursed Jay Vijay, Lord Narayan came along with the Lakshmi Devi. And just to pacify the Brahmana, because they realized, Lord Narayan understood that to offend a Brahmana is not an ordinary thing. It's a great, great mistake. Even when the Rahuguna realized who is Jada Bharat, Rahuguna was criticizing Jada Bharat for his mistake. What Jada Bharat was doing? He was carrying palanquin and he was seeing ant, and because to protect the ant, he was walking in a wrong way or zigzag way. And that was disturbing the Rahuguna sitting inside the palanquin. So he told servants to stop and started criticizing in a sarcastic way to Rahuguna, but when to the Jada Bharat. But when Jada Bharat spoke, Rahuguna realized, my God, he's not an ordinary person. He's a great person. Many times we do that mistake. We try to see the externals of a person and try to judge that person. It happens with many people. It happens with me also. When I was very new, connected to ISKCON Chopati, very new, not even chanting hardly 4 to 5 rounds also. I started going to temple. And that time Maharaj used to stay more than 5 to 6 months in a temple. So practically every Sunday, every Prerna festival, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Maharaj used to give class. So what was my understanding? Class means Maharaj. That's it. No other person. Then Maharaj left for USA. Then after a few days I went, few Sundays I went, only Gorampur and Govindpur were giving classes. So my understanding was, after Maharaj, only Gorampur and Govindpur can give classes. No other else can give class. And all of them sings very nicely. Jai Radha Madhav, and they have very nice singing ability and all those things. And then one particular Sunday I went to temple. The class was supposed to be given by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. And he's not a good singer. So I went to the class and he started singing Jai Radha Madhav. And I was sitting in the class and I was thinking, hey, who is this person? Can't sing properly. I think I made a mistake today by coming to temple. I'm going to hear now. Not today, no Gorampur, there's no Govindpur today. Today was Maharaj. I'm going to hear. But I thought, let's hear now. Anyway, I came from long distance to temple. Let's hear. But when Prabhuji started speaking, my God, it was like a nectarian flow of words and verses and words and pastimes and logic and perfect systematic arrangement. And then I realized how I judge Prabhuji very quickly just by singing. His Grace Madhvananda Prabhu also once shared his realization that he was in USA. He went to USA for some purpose, for some work. And he went to a temple. And he saw one devotee in the morning chanting in a temple. He has long hairs. He has long beard. He wearing the t-shirt which has a lot of colorful pictures, fancy t-shirts, fancy pant, and he was chanting holy name. And Maharaj, Madhavan Prabhu came from Chopati training. So he saw him and shared his relation that when I saw him, I thought, hey, who is this person? Fine, he's a Vaishnava, he's chanting holy name. We should respect him, but he's not that kind of Vaishnava. He's not the proper etiquettes. He don't have proper understanding how to do the things, how to behave properly as a Vaishnava. And after a few time, there was a Bhagavatam class. And the same fellow, wearing saffron cloth, came on the Vyasasan and gave Bhagavatam class. And when Prabhuji heard the Bhagavatam class, he felt as if Radhanand Maharaj giving class. Exact the same style, exact same thing, the same way presenting past time he did that. And Prabhuji was inspired and literally astonished. How can it happen with this person? How can he wear saffron? Then after the class, Prabhuji went to him, begged forgiveness from him that in mind, certainly I offended you. I misjudged you. He asked the question, why did you wear that kind of cloth then? I was seeing you in that cloth. Well, first of all, I'll tell you my story. And my second question, Prabhuji asked, your speaking was exactly like my spiritual master, his name is Radhan Swami Maharaj. How did that happen? So that devotee told, actually, I am brahmachari only. But just to distribute the books, In USA, this part of USA, they don't appreciate saffron cloth. So I wear this kind of t-shirts and pants just to attract them towards myself so that I can distribute Prabhupada books to them. But inside temple, when I are supposed to do service, doing services or class, I wear saffron cloth. And I had a spiritual master previously, but somehow they stepped down from the sannyas vows. Then I had a second spiritual master, he also stepped down from sannyas vows. Then I approached Radhan Swami Maharaj, can you become my spiritual master? Maharaj says, no, I cannot accept you as a disciple, but still, I can be a friend, I can help you, I can guide you. So I always constantly listen to classes. And because I constantly listen to classes, I could able to speak like him. So see how we judge immediately, seeing a person. And that's what happened with the Kumaras. Jai Vijay judged them. I mean, Lord Narayana came there. Lord Narayana started begging forgiveness from the Brahmanas. And he started glorifying the qualities of Kumaras as the Brahmanas. So very beautiful verses. In one verse, Lord Narayana says, Tadva prasadaya midya brahma daivam param hime taddi atma kritam manne yatsva pombir asat kritaha. Lord says, to me, the Brahmana is the highest, most beloved personality. The disrespect shown by my attendants has actually been displayed by me because of doorman are my servitors. It's my offense. I take this to be an offense of by myself. Therefore, I seek your forgiveness for the incident and arrogance. See, Lord is ready to beg forgiveness from the Brahmanas. In next verse, Lord says, Yat sevaya charana padma pavitra renu sadhyokshita khilamalam pratilabdha shilam na shrir viraktam apima vijahati yasya preksha lavarthamitare nyaman vahanti. What is the glory of Brahmana? Because I am the servitor of my devotee, my lotus feet have become sacred. That they immediately wipe out all sins. When you take shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, Gopal also says that whoever takes the shelter of lotus feet, all his sins get wiped out. Okay. So why I got that quality? And I have acquired such a disposition that the goddess of fortune do not leave me. Lakshmi never leaves me. Why? Because of your favor. You Brahmanas give me favor. You Brahmana worship me. And because of that, I got that qualification. So it's not my qualification, it's your qualification. See, Lord is glorifying Brahmanas. Next verse, Lord says, नाहम ततात्म्यजमान हविर्विताने सोच्चाद घृतपृतम आदन हुतभून मुखेन यद ब्राह्मणस्य मुखताश्चरतो अनुघासम तुष्टस्य मयि अवहितेर निज कर्म पाकैर. How I eat the food? By offering? No. Krishna says, I eat to the mouth of Brahmanas. I do not enjoy the oblation offered by the sacrifices in the sacrificial fire, which is one of my mouth. That's why we say Swaha. I'm offering it to you, O Krishna. With the same relish, I do the delicacies overflowing with the ghee, which are offered to the mouths of Brahmanas. Who have dedicated to me the results of their activities and who are ever satisfied by my prasadam. So through the Brahmana's mouth, I eat. So satisfying Brahmana actually satisfying me, Krishna says. And next verse, Lord says, Yesham vibharmi aham akhanda vikunta yoga mai vibhutiramalang rajakrit kiritaha vipramstu kona vishahet yat arhanna rambha sadhya punati sachandra lam lokan. I am the master of unobstructed internal energy. And water of Ganges is the remnants of left after my feet are washed. That water sanctifies the three world, along with the Lord Shiva who bears on the head. If I can take the dust of feet of Brahmana on my head, Vipramstu Kona, who will refuse to do the same? Why the Lord Shiva takes the Ganges water in his head? Why the Lord Brahma washes my feet to the water? Because on my head, I took the dust of lotus feet of your Brahmanas. Then one more incident we can see. When Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna, and his father and his brother arranged her marriage with the Shishupal. And she never liked Shishupal. But marriage has been arranged. And that time ladies didn't have that right to go against father or brother, elder brother. Nowadays it's not possible. The lady will also protest. Okay, many times ladies now, they decide their own husband. Hardly now arranged marriage happens now. So that time they didn't write. So Rukmini sent a letter through hand of a Brahmana, love letter, first love letter of the universe. She sent to the hand of a Brahmana to Lord Krishna. Now there was emergency. When the letter was sent, when Brahmana was supposed to reach Dwarka, the next day the marriage was there. Okay, when the day Brahmana reached the Dwarka, the next day was marriage. So it was emergency. But despite the emergency situation, Lord treated Brahmana. Okay, Lord became Brahmana. Then he got up from the seat. He received him. He worshipped him as if he's a demigod. Allow him to rest for some time. Started massaging his feet. And while massaging his feet, he asked him, "Oh dear Brahmana, why you came? Tell your purpose." So why Lord glorifies or adorns or respects or under obligation of Brahmana so much? Because of their qualities. So what are the qualities of Brahmana? Scripture mentions. So we have famous verse from Bhagavad Gita, the 18th chapter. Lord himself says, Shama dama tapas shaucham shantir arjavam evacha jnana vijnana mastikyam brahma karma samahidam. These are the qualities of Brahmana. Lord is so dear to Brahmana that for the protection of Brahmana, Lord takes avatar. What is the purpose of avatar, Lord? Go viprasura sadhunam छंदसाम अपि चेश्वरा रक्षाम इच्छं तनुम धत्ते धर्मस्य अर्थस्य चैवहि. For the protection of go vipra sura sadhunam. Vipra is there, important. For their protection, Lord takes the avatar. So that's the beauty of Brahmana. Also, Lord, what are called of Lord? He's Atmarama. He's Aptakama. He's Atmaram. He's Aptakam. Still, he got get attracted to Brahmana because of his qualities, which I mentioned already to the Gita verse. Similar kind of verse comes in Bhagavatam also. In the same canto, 11th chapter, verse number 21, Narada Muni tells Yudhishthira Maharaj, while speaking about Varnashama, what are the qualities of Brahmana? It's quite similar, almost similar verses. It starts with Shama only. Shama damas tapas saucham, first line is same. Shama damas tapas saucham, santosha shantirardavam, almost same. Jnanam daya achyutatmatvam, Jnanam daya achyutatmanatvam, Satyam cha brahma lakshanam. So these are the qualities. Now we're going to see in detail about these qualities and different brahmanas who exhibited these qualities, which causes Lord to get attracted towards them. So what is Shama? What is the meaning of Shama? Shama is control of mind. Brahmanas are the people, Brahmanas are the person who are not for the namesake Brahmanas. Just by wearing a Janayu, they don't become Brahmanas. Nowadays it happens, unfortunately. Nowadays happens. In my own family, I observed. One of my cousin brother, okay, he wanted to go to shift to different place. So he requested, I want new Janayu because I'm going to shift to a new place. So I want to wear new Janayu. So I asked him, so are you going to eat non-vegetarian food when you go to a new place? But of course I'm going to eat. So what's the use of wearing that Janayu food? It's nonsense. When I was small child, I went to one of my aunt's house. And when I went there, one of my younger brother, he left some food items in his plate. I thought we shouldn't waste that food. I told him, put it in my plate, I'll eat it. He said, no, we are Brahmanas. We don't give remnants to others. It's wrong thing. झूठा नहीं खाते हम. झूठा किसको देते हैं, झूठा खाते नहीं है. I thought, wow, it's very good. We should not do that. But next day I saw him eating non-veg food. Hey, which kind of Brahmana you are? Yesterday you were saying that we don't give remnants. Today you're eating non-veg food. So these are not the Brahmanas. Krishna never get attracted towards such a Brahmanas. But they have complete control of mind, Shama. And the best example is Shamik Rishi. We can see from Bhagavatam. Shamik Rishi, when Pariksha Maharaj put a dead snake or a head of Shamik Rishi, is Shamik Rishi get affected? No, not at all. When he came out of trance, he saw the snake and just remove that snake and throw it and ask, who put that snake? Somebody told, Pariksha Maharaj came, he was asking water, but you were in trance. So in little bit of anger, he put that dead snake over your body. He said, fine, no problem, it's happened. Kept that. But when he heard that, my own son, Shungi, Just because of a small mistake done by the great devotee, Mahabhagavata, he cursed that devotee to, to die after 7 days by the snake bite. He got angry. What kind of Brahmana he is? He don't know he's a great emperor. Because of him, we are getting protected. Because of him, we are peacefully able to do our sadhana. It's such a Mahabhagavata whom Krishna has personally given darshan. If he did such a mistake, is he deserve to get such a kind of punishment? No. So actually, he felt sorry for the Parikshit Maharaj. He got angry on Shungi because Shungi was a Brahmana with a contaminated mind. And because his mind was not controlled, he cursed the Parikshit Maharaj. So this is the best example of Brahmana who has his mind perfectly controlled. Second called is Dhamma. Dhamma is control of senses. We have two examples here. First example, Vashishta Rishi is a great Brahmana. When the Kaushal Raja came to Vashishta, who later became Vishwamitra, Kaushik Raja came to Vashishta Rishi, and Vashishta paid variety of food items to all his armies. And Kaushik Raja was surprised. How it happened? He's a poor Brahmana. From where he got all these ingredients and all these opulences to feed entire army? And he inquired that, he came to know Vashishta Rishi has one cow, Kamadhenu. And this Kamadhenu produces all these items for the Vashishta Rishi. So naturally, king thought that, why this Rishi required the Kamadhenu? I am a king. If I get this Kamadhenu, I could able to serve entire kingdom with Kamadhenu. So king should possess that Kamadhenu. So requested Vashishta Rishi, please give me Kamadhenu. He said, I don't have an issue, take it. But generally, Kamadhenu on her own goes to a person. We cannot capture her. We cannot forcibly take her. We cannot hire her. If she desires, she can go to your house. But I don't have a desire. If you wish, take her. So Kaushik Rishi went to Kamadhenu. But because Vashishta Rishi was completely has controlled his senses, because he knows how to utilize proper opulences, how to utilize proper thing, Kamadhenu, because he was desireless, Kamadhenu wanted to stay with the Vashishta Rishi only. And we started to attack Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu sent army. And that army defeated Kaushik Rishi, and Kaushik Rishi felt humiliated. He got angry, and that anger thought, let me do austerity to get more power than Vashishta Rishi. See, senses of Kaushik Maharaj was totally agitated. But Vashishta Rishi was totally unagitated. Ask, take it, no problem. I'm not at all attached to this Kamadhenu. So that's a quality of Dhammas. Second quality we can see of our Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Both were Saraswat Brahmanas. They were living in Vrindavan, and Rupa Narayan, the great scholar, Digvijay Pandit, was debating everywhere. And after defeating this person, taking sign that you heard, I have defeated you. Sign it. Desire that I should be the greatest Pandit of the world. And they heard about Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. And they thought, let's go and debate with them. That by defeating them, I can establish my glory. So he came to them. And Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami are not all interested in this. Their senses are completely engaged in Krishna service. Okay. 24 hours engaged in. They are totally in Gopi Bhav. Gopi Bhartur. Gopi Bhav Samrita Kallola Magnavarmu. Kallola was happening in their mind about the meditating on Gopis and Radha Krishna and service of the Gopis and service of Manjaris. In that mode they were enjoying. They were not interested in getting reputation, satisfaction of defeating others. Sometimes as a devotee also, if some non-devotee put some arguments in front of us, we want to always defeat that person. We realize he is not going to accept us still. Just to show that, yes, I know the knowledge. We try to defeat that person to satisfy our ego actually. That's not bhakti actually. We want to satisfy our ego. So this defeat and arguments and debate is on ego level. That's not on soul level. So Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami were not interested. They said, okay, we accepted defeat without argument only. We accepted defeat. Tell me where we want to sign. He signed. But Jiva Goswami, being disciple of Rupa Goswami, he could not take that. How can I defeat my guru? It's condemnation to guru's reputation. He did debate with him. He did him in one argument only. Single argument only, he defeated him. But when Rupa Goswami came to know that, he was angry on Jiva Goswami and he discarded Jiva Goswami from Vrindavan. He said, this debating, argumentation mentality is not a Vrindavan mood. Go out and stay somewhere outside. So that's a Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. They have complete control over their senses. They are not at all agitated by the desire for enjoyment, desire for prestige, desire for fame, argumentation, debate, that kind of sensual pleasure, they're completely free from. Third quality is tapa, austerity. Tapa means austerity in finances. So Brahmana means to bake a food. They should not purchase the food. They should go bake a food from 5 houses and whatever they get, they should mix it and eat it. That's a nature of a Brahmana. That's the duty of a Brahmana. And if one day in 5 houses did not get the food, they're supposed to fast. And they happily used to fast that day. So these are qualities of Brahmana, tapas, austerity. They are not hankering after the food. Ajagar vritti. If something comes naturally, that's to accept it. Otherwise, fast it. Use that energy, use that power in the service of Lord, thinking about Lord, preaching about the Lord. That was their purpose. So when Lok Katha is there, that one particular king went to forest along with this subject and along with this army. They went deep inside a forest. And after going deep inside a forest, they felt hungry, they felt thirsty, they started starving. And in forest, they did not find any single animal to kill and eat it. They did not find fruit trees or any root tree to eat it. So what to do? So king, as their master, he's supposed to feed this army. He started searching, somewhere can I get something? He found one small, sorry, found one small hut. A small hut, let's see who is there inside. Inside that hut, there was a small skinny Brahmana. And there were few earthen pots. In that few earthen pots, hardly few grains of rice and few grains of dal was there. Few half of the pot filled with water. That's much. One particular stove, wooden stove, and some small wood stick to burn that. So he thought that my God, this Brahmana is so poor. How he is going to help me? He is not going to help me at all. So he just left that place. Started going. Brahmana stopped him. Hey king, stop. No one should go from a hut without taking anything from me. Please tell me what you need. Oh, you are poor Brahmana. How can you give me something? You yourself are able to maintain yourself, hardly able to maintain yourself. So please go away. He said, no, please tell me what you want. I'll satisfy your desire. He said, my army is huge army I have with me. They are starving, they are thirsty, they are totally hungry. Can you give them food? I said, of course I can give them food. He pointed one place. There's one vacant place in the jungle. Go to that place. Whatever you desire, ask. Whatever you desire, that will get manifested there. So army and king went there. The desire to eat some delicious food items, and all the items were manifested there. And all the army and king ate to their heart's content. After, the king thought, if so much food is available here, why that Brahmana is so poor? That Brahmana is living in the herd, and why that Brahmana has very little rice and very little dal and very little water? Why is so skinny? Why is not eating the opulent food? So went to hut and asked that Brahmana. He saw that when he went to hut, he saw that Brahmana cooking that same rice and dal and putting it to plate, eating that same rice and dal. So asked the king asked the Brahmana, why are you living like this? Why are you so austere? And the Brahmana told, because I'm so austere, because I'm so much tapasya, you could able to enjoy the opulences. I will live like that only. We are doing austerity for the sake of society. We are doing austerity for the welfare of society. If we start enjoying the thing, then society will come in trouble. That's the quality of Brahmana. And this quality of Brahmana attracts the Lord towards them. That's a tapas. Then fourth quality is saucham, cleanliness. Today also in Prabhupada used to say, our temple should have Brahminical cleanliness. So Brahmana means a clean person. Without cleanliness, a Brahmana never exist. Once when we were staying in the base, And 4 or 5 days our cook of the base went to his house. So we all have devotees together cooking in the base for Jagannath ji and our devotees. And naturally, we used to go to office and come back, and in the morning and evening we used to cook. So after cooking, somehow we used to pack our tiffin and used to go. After so much tired, heavy schedule and tiredness, used to come to base and used to come to him, offer it to Krishna, and used to sleep. So after 2 days, kitchen was so shabby, so dirty. And that day our base in charge, His Grace Baldepuru came to base. And he entered into kitchen. He said, see, it's a Shudra kitchen. It's a Brahmana kitchen. And chastised me. What kind of OC you are? Is this the way to maintain the kitchen? Clean it nicely. Kitchen is non-different from altar of Lord. So that's a Brahminical cleanliness. And we have best example from Chaitanya Charitamrita of Raghav Pandit. How much cleanliness Raghav Pandit used to maintain. Clean, best items to offer to Lord. And once he wanted to offer high quality, very costly coconut to Lord. He told his servant to brought the coconuts. And when servant brought the coconut, while putting the coconut, he touched his hand to the ceiling, doorstop, ceiling. And he touched that same hand to the coconuts. And the moment Raghavati saw that, he said, now this coconut are no more usable for offering it to Lord. Because many people come there to that door, many people touch to that part of the door, so their contamination stays there, and that same contamination came to this coconut. Now I have to throw this coconut. They are costly coconuts. They brought from long distance. Still, we can't offer it to Lord because everything must be clean while it offering to the Lord. So that's a Brahmanical cleanliness exhibited by the Raghav Pandit. Then fifth quality is santosha, satisfaction. When that Brahmana came to Dwarka to give letter to Krishna, Krishna glorifies the Brahmana in 3 verses. And the 3 verses, Krishna glorifies the quality of satisfaction of the Brahmanas. What Krishna says? Santushto yarhi varteta brahmano yena kenachit ayyamana swadharmat sahiyasya khila kamaduk. When the Brahmana is satisfied with whatever comes his way, what does not fall away from his religious duties, those very religious principles becomes his desire now, fulfilling all his wishes. The exact mistake done by the Dronacharya. Dronacharya was a poor Brahmana, so much poor that when Ashwatthama used to ask milk, his mother used to powder some grains, put into water, used to apply that water to the mouth of a Ashwatthama when he was sleeping. And you should tell Ashwatthama, see, you drank the milk. You drank the milk. He was so poor. So he thought that I must have money. And with that desire to have money, he accepted, he went to Dhritarashtra and accepted his service. He started taking salary from him, as good as, not exactly with the salary, but as good as taking favor from the king so that he can get riches. And that's the reason Yudhishthira Maharaj heavily chastised Dronacharya when he was fighting war. Because when can Brahmana fight a war? Only during emergency, apad dharma. And in war of Kurukshetra, in war of Mahabharata, there was not emergency. When the Kshatriyas are absent, in that case, Brahmana can pick up the weapon and fight the war. But during Mahabharata's war, there were Kauravas, there was a Karna, there was Dushasana, there was 100 Kauravas, many other kings who joined, all were there. What was the need of Brahmana, Dronacharya and Kripacharya to pick up a weapon and fight? No need. But still they fought because they have accepted service from Dhritarashtra and they are obliged to serve Dhritarashtra. They are not satisfied whatever were coming on his own accord. The next verse Krishna says, Asantushto sakri lokan apanotyapi sureshwara akinchanopi santushta shete sarvanga vijvara. An unsatisfied Brahmana wanders restlessly from one planet to another, even if becomes a king of heaven. But a satisfied Brahmana, though he may possess nothing, rests peacefully, all of his limbs free of desires. And next for Krishna says, विप्रान् स्वलाभ संतुष्टान् साधून् भूता सरुत्तमा निरहंकारिणा शांता नमस्ते शिरसा सकृत. I repeatedly bow down to Lord Sutta Brahmana who are satisfied with their whatever comes by Lord. Saintly, prideless, and peaceful they are, best well-wishers of living entity. And best example of such a Brahmana is Sudama, friend of Krishna. He was a Brahmana, but he never felt that because I'm poor, I'm lacking something. I have something less with me. He was completely satisfied. When he went to Krishna, of course, Krishna gave him everything, but Sudama did not realize this till he went to his house. So when he left the Dwarka and was going towards his house, while going in the house, Sudama was thinking, oh, I went to Krishna to beg something because wife forced me. But Krishna did not give me. Still, I am very much happy. And he spoke the verse, Kwaham daridra papeyam, Kwa Krishna Shri Niketana, Brahma Bandhu iti smaham, Bahubhyam parirambitaha. Kwaham daridra papeyam. Who am I? Papi? Daridri Brahmana? Who is Krishna? Shri Niketana? Husband of goddess of fortune? Brahma Bandhum iti smaha. I am a Brahma Bandhu, I am not Brahmana also. Bahubhyam parirambita. What a great fortune I have. Krishna personally embraced me. Bahubhyam parirambita. That's the satisfaction quality of Sudama. The sixth quality this verse mention is Shanti. Shanti means forgiveness. Quality of forgiveness. And the best example is Jamadagni. The best example is Jamadagni. So Jamadagni also has one cow. Nandini, whose name was Nandini. And that cow also is the Kamadhenu cow. And Kartaviri Arjun stole that cow. And when Parshuram, son of Jamadagni, came to know that he stole the cow, he became so furious, he went and he cut out of 1,919 arms of Kartaviri Arjun, bounded him and brought to the hut of his own father. And when Jamadagni saw it, Jamadagni said that, oh, no, my dear Parshuram, you should not have done this. We are Brahmanas. And the quality of Brahmana is forgiveness. And he spoke the verse, Kshamaya rochate Lakshmi Brahmi Shuri Yatharva Kshaminamasu Bhagavan Tushyante Haririshvara. The duty of a Brahmana is to culture the quality of forgiveness, which is the illuminating like a sun. Brahmi Shauri Yatha Prabha. Supreme Personal Godhead Hari is pleased with those who are forgiving. So, a Brahmana, you should not have humiliated this Kartavya Arjun. Forgive him and give him. We should be always develop the quality of forgiveness. The seven qualities are Arjavam, simplicity. And best example is Dronacharya again. Even though Dronacharya Brahmana in one says he accepted the service of Dhritarashtra, but he was simple also. Which pastime depicts the simplicity of Dronacharya? When Drupada gave birth to Drishtadumna, to the Yagya. For what purpose? To kill Dronacharya. And the same Drupad sent Drishtadumna to Dronacharya only to learn the military art. And Dronacharya was aware of that. That this person going to kill me. He was born to kill me. Still, he was so simple that he did not hesitate to teach the Drupad the military art. To same extent as that of a Arjuna. So that's the quality of a Brahmana. They are very simple, knowing that he is going to kill him. Madhvendra Puri was so simple. When Lord told him, I'm there in the bushes, he did not doubted him. Oh, how can be the Lord in the bushes? Just went there along with the Vrajavasis, remove the Lord. The Lord told him, go somewhere and bring the Chandan to me. How can Lord tell this to me? I'm an old person, I don't have resources. The Malay Chandan, Jagannath Puri, how can I walk so much? There are Muslim tax collectors, there are married tigers in between. No, Lord told him, Lord will protect me. He just left. That's the simplicity of a Madhavendra Puri. He was a great Brahmana. So that's the quality of simplicity, Arzavam. The eight qualities of Jnanam, knowledge. So Brahmana has both Paravidya and Aparavidya. Who's actually Brahmana? जन्मना जायते शूद्रा संस्कारात् भवेत् द्विजा वेद पाठात् भवेत् विप्रा ब्रह्म जानाति इति ब्राह्मणः. Who's called as Brahmana? Brahma janati iti Brahmana. Janmana jayate Shudra. Whoever born, even in the family of Brahmanas, they are Shudras. Sanskarat bhavet dvija. When they got sanskar like Garbhadan sanskar, Jata karma sanskar, then what are sanskaras are there? Okay. He becomes into Dvija, twice born, not a Brahmana. Veda Pathat Bhavet Vipra is still not Brahmana. When he studies Vedas, is Vipra, not Brahmana. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. When he understands or realizes Brahman, he realizes Supreme Personal Godhead. When he becomes devotee of Supreme Lord, then he called as Brahmana. And best example of Sandipani Rishi. Sandipani Rishi has both Paravidya and Aparavidya. Jnanam, Vijnanam. In that verse, Jnana Vijnanam Astikyam, Gita verse. So Jnanam is knowledge. Vijnanam is realization of that knowledge. So Sandipani Muni has both kind of knowledge. That's why in 64 days, Sandipani Rishi taught 64 different arts to Krishna and Balaram. I'm sorry. 64 different arts he taught to Krishna and Balaram, along with the spiritual knowledge also. So that's the beauty of Brahmana. They have knowledge of both para and apara. The 9 quality of Brahmana is daya, mercy. Brahmana are always merciful. And the best example of Bhagavatam is Dadichi Rishi. Indra went to Dadichi Rishi and what he asked? His skull, his bones. Indra's bones for what purpose? To kill one demon. So that demon will not kill Indra. To protect himself, he was asking bone from Dadichi Rishi. But Dadichi Rishi never hesitated to give that bone. He thought, okay, fine. This body is perishable. Okay. Kim, that beautiful verse comes. Aho dainyam aho kashtam parakhay kshana bhangure yannopakuryad aswarthe martya gyati vigrahi. This body which is eatable by jackals and dogs after death. Okay. It is usable only for a short time and may perish at any moment. So, if this body is not used for the service of other devotees or other people, what's the use of this body? Yanna upakuryat aswarthair martyasva jati vigrahi. That's the beauty of Dadu. She is very merciful Brahmana. And the last quality of a Brahmana which Krishna likes, second last quality of Krishna which likes is Achyuta Atmatvam. Accepting oneself as eternal servant of Lord. And the best example is Brahmana Patnis. Brahmanas are doing yajnas in Vrindavan. Krishna Balaram, the friends of Krishna Balaram came and told Krishna and Balaram are hungry, they want food. But Brahmanas told, no. Till the yajna, it is offered to yajnas, we can't give you. But the purpose of yajna is to please Krishna, please, they are hungry, please give them. No, it's a yajna. Procedure is important. Niyama agraha. Rupa Goswami says, niyam agraha. Too much attachment to niyama. The procedure is important. Without that, can't give. Get out. Then they went to Brahman Patnis. Moment Brahman Patnis heard Krishna and Balaram want food. Different kinds of 4 kinds of food they brought. And after that, when they came back, Brahmanas realized their mistake. And what Brahmana said? Dhik janmanastru jattat, dhik vratam, dhik bahugyatam, dhik kulam, dhik kriyadaksham, khayetu adukshase. To hell with our janma, to hell with our vrata, trivrut, yattas. These are 3 Vedas. Dhik vratam, to hell with our vows. Dhik bahugyatam, to hell with our various knowledge of various scriptures. Dhik kulam, to hell with our kula. Dhik kriyadaksham, expert in kriya. Vimukha, ye to adokshaje. We turned away our face from adokshaja Krishna. What's the use of all these yagyas? The purpose is to satisfy him. So that's Achyut Atmatvam. Also, we have example from Chaitanya Charitamrita, milk drinking Brahmana. So he was an austere Brahmana. He wanted to see the dance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized that somebody came who's not supposed to be here, he chastised Srivas Thakur and removed that Brahmana from dancing. But the moment that Brahmana left, he realized that actually it was my mistake. I'm not a devotee of Krishna. I did not surrender myself to Krishna. And because of that, probably Krishna has given punishment. He humbled himself and realized the supremacy of Krishna, realized the supremacy of devotional service, and humbled himself that my ashtray is not that useful. And moment Krishna saw his surrender, moment Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw his surrender, he immediately called him. Come back. Now you can see. Now you are qualified to see my dance. So that is a natural quality of Brahmana to surrender to Krishna, to surrender to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the last quality this verse mentioned by Narad Yudhishthira Maharaj is Satyam, truthfulness. The Brahmanas are always truthful. Which is the best example? Jabali, Satyakam, Jabali. When Jabali went to Gautam Rishi, I want to become a disciple. Gautam Rishi asked, who are you? I give tea to the Brahmanas. I don't know, he said. Go and ask your mother, who are you? What is your caste? Mother told, I am a prostitute. So who is your father? Many gents comes, they take advantage of me. So exactly from who you born, I don't know. So Kam went and told to Gautam Rishi. Jabali came and told to Gautam Rishi that I don't know from which caste I belong to because I'm a son of prostitute. Immediately Gautam Rishi told, you are a Brahmana. Because to tell others that I'm a son of prostitute is not a joke. You're telling it bluntly, you're telling the truth as it is. That means it's a quality of Brahmana, Satya, truthfulness. So you're Brahmana, you join my Gurukul and start studying. And his name turned into Satyakama Jabali. From Jabali to Satyakama, always speaking truth. So truthfulness is a quality of Brahmana. So these are the 11 qualities mentioned by Narad Muni, possessed by the Brahmana, and that's why Krishna, who is Atma Kama, Apta Kama, gets attracted towards the Brahmana. And exactly that was missing in Shandya, Amarka, and Shukracharya. So I'll just conclude with this section. Why Prabhupada criticized Shandya, Amarka, and Shukracharya's purport? Because Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in his essay called as Brahmana versus Vaishnava, which is presented on behalf of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in that essay he wrote quoting Dharma Shastras. He's quoting Dharma, which is criticized today. Manu Samhita and all those things are burned by certain class of people because they're saying this is Brahmanavadi literatures. But the same literatures who glorifies the Brahmana also mention certain things about Brahmana. So Dharma Shastra says one should reject the following Brahmanas. One reject. The same should glorify Brahmana, criticize Shudra, but the same scripture says something about Brahmana also. That one should reject following Brahmanas. Who are those? Those with a missing limbs. The Brahmana with a one limb missing. Those with extra limbs. Third, those who behave unjustly. So this scripture also says unjustly Brahmana should not be glorified. They should not be given much respect. They should be rejected. Hypocrites should be rejected. Those who falsely accept the signs of some status, for the sake of accepting status, they become Brahmana. Professional astrologers. These are words of Bhakti Thakur, not my words. It's mentioned Dharma Shastras. Professional astrologer. Astrologer take money. But the Brahmana will take money and tell the future. They should be rejected. Professional priest. Those who take money for doing puja. The sons of unmarried women and their sons. Even though born from Brahman lady, but from unmarried lady, that should be rejected. The sons of worshippers of many gods. See, demigod worshippers. The worshippers of many gods. Priest of village. Priest of Shudras. Priest of untouchables. They should be rejected. Those who have failed to take their second birth. That means even the born Brahmana family but did not take initiation. He should be rejected. The students who accept the salaries should be rejected. Those who are nourished by the food of Shudras should be rejected. Those who associate with fallen person, those who are ignorant of the Vedas, those who fail to observe Sandhya rites. Next one was horrible. Government servants. If Brahmana is a servant of government, yes, I was there. I was a government servant for 4.5 years. He should be rejected. So, wo Shanda and Amarka, they are government servants, one sense. Serving the government, whatever governments are telling, they are doing it. Who is Dronacharya? Government servant, one sense. What is Dhritarashtra was saying? He was doing it. They should be rejected. Such a Brahmana shouldn't be accepted. Those who do not wear clothes. Avadut, showing symptoms of Avadut without computer qualification. Those who quarrel with the fathers. When Brahmana quarrels with the father, he should be rejected. Those who reject their father, mother, sacred fire, or the study scripture, such a person is considered as the worst kind of Brahmana, as disgrace to their line. Learned person fully reject this person while performing the Shraddha ceremony for their father. These are the rules, not mentioned in Bhagavatam, not in Gita, not in other translated literature, but in Dharma Shastras, Samhitas. These rules are mentioned. So Dharma Shastras are bona fide. They strictly see that Brahmana has to have qualities, and the Shanda, Amarka, and Shukracharya are missing those qualities, and that's why their service to government, their acceptance of salary from them, Prabhupada heavily criticized the Shanda Amarka in these purport that because of these, they were chastising the Prahlad Maharaj. On the contrary, Prahlad Maharaj, despite being born as a son of a demon, he was a greatest Brahmana. Prahlad Maharaj praised himself to Krishna. Narsingdev, Vipra Dvishad Gunan, Aravinda Nabhat, Pada Aravinda Vimukhat, Chupasho Varishtan. मन्ने तदर्पित मनो वचने हितार्थम प्राणं पुनाथ सकुलम न तो भूरि माना द्विशत गुणास 12 qualities this listed 12 qualities brahmanas. If brahmana possesses all these 12 qualities, he is not devotee, he cannot liberate himself. On the contrary, shudra or chandala, the one who chandala, so chandala, if person born in the family of Chandala, he is a devotee. He can liberate his entire dynasty. So the Vaishnava is a perfect Brahmana. So if we start practicing the bhakti, when we start practicing bhakti with ananya bhava, mai ananya bhavena bhaktim kurvanti dridham. As a reward, Krishna bestows us 5 qualities. Titikshava, Karunika, Surda Sarvadehinam, Ajata Shatrava Shanta, Sadhava, Sadhubhushana. Just like military man gets a medal for his good great service, a devotee by his great devotional service awards all these Brahmanical qualities. So these are my few thoughts on this verse. Thank you very much. All this time, I crossed my time actually. But still, if anybody wants to ask any question or any correction, they're most welcome. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful analysis of all the qualities of Brahmanas. So I was just thinking, sometimes like gunas are classified, like Brahmana is in Sattva Guna, like that, and like Shudras are said to be in Tamoguna,
Tamoguna.
something like that. But generally, like if this is the nature, and there are also like according to their activities are also there. But if like we see Shudra means that activity, the person doing that activity, can he become, if he develops Sattva Guna, will he become Brahmana or is continuing that activity, or what is that? How does that change?
Yeah, that is always there, na. Yasya laksham proktam, punso varnabhyunkusam, yet anatapi dushyata, tattena vinadushyat. Narmada says, we should see the symptom, not the modes. If a person can elevate himself from the lower mode to the highest mode, they turn into Brahmana. We have example is only. The person born in the families of dog eaters and all those things, Malicha, Javana, Shudras, Chandalas, they are not greatest of the Brahmanas. the topmost Brahmanas. So, just like Rupa Goswami mentioned the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, just like bell metal, by putting mercury, it turns into gold. That alchemists used to know that. Nowadays, that science is missing. Okay. So, similarly, by the proper Diksha from spiritual master, by proper mercy of spiritual master, and undergoing proper practice, a person comes to the higher modes. From Tamo Guna to Rajo, Rajo to Sattva, Sattva to Vishuddha Sattva, any person can go. He can translate all the gunas also by proper practice or by proper behavior. So within one lifetime also, a Shudra can turn into Brahmana. It's possible. Okay, that's possible. Yeah, it's possible. In fact, that verse from third canto, Aho Bhatashva Pachito Gariyam, they just went once, name of Krishna. Actually performed, he crossed all the Brahmanic qualifications. He traveled all the holy places. He read all the Vedas. He performed all the sacrifices. And he come to transcend platform. That's what the verse is. So yeah, that's always there, bro. Anybody can come to that lower modes to the higher modes. That's possible within one lifetime also. Can he change occupation? Yes, provided he got initiation from the proper master. If he's initiated by the proper master, he turned into Brahmanical occupation also. And that's what happened to Satyaka Javali. Being born a prostitute, son of a prostitute, and prostitute is a mode of passion and ignorance only, because naturally to enjoy the body requires too much passion. So she was a mode of passion. So naturally, now he turned to sadhu who offering oblations to yagya. That means she changed occupation also. So previously, that was also possible. They should change his occupation. Example of Karna. Now Karna, before revealing his identity, used to consider son of a Shudra, Sutaka, Suta Putra. But he got Diksha from the Kshatriya Guru, proper Kshatriya Guru. He used to consider people to consider Kshatriya only. Of course, that Sutaputra tag was there, but still, he was accepted as Kshatriya, proper Kshatriya only. So change occupation. He has been given kingdom to rule also. So that's possible. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you said कि Brahmana never take a job in kings or government servant. But if some pious king like Dashrath Maharaj or Janak Maharaj, the king also required some intelligence person.
They were not employed person. Vasishtha Rishi, Dhaumya Rishi, they were the guides of the Pandavas. Vasishtha Rishi was guide of Dashrath Maharaj. But Vasishtha never used to take salary. Where Vasishtha used to say, he stay in his hut. And whenever king used to require him, used to go, approach him, ask the questions, and ask the help from Vasishtha Rishi. They used to help him. But not a salaried person, employed person. Whatever I do, I have to do it. Employee means, I'm paying you salary, now what you have to follow my order. That was not allowed for a Brahmana. Chanakya was not employed of Chandragupta. He used to stay in the hut. And we have the example, that flight example. That when he was writing a book, for a purpose of the kingdom, he used to take a oil of the king. But when somebody used to come to meet him personally, he used to extinguish that lamp and used to lit up new lamp with a new ghee, which is purchased by own money. He was a Brahmana. He never accepted salary. My disciple is the king now. I must get opulent kingdom, opulent salary. No, I'm satisfied here. Your duty. I'm here only. So to take salary and accept orders of king, that's not allowed for a Brahmana. He should satisfy only Supreme Master, Krishna. That's the duty of Brahmana. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Grantharash Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.